Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be reviewing the all-new Ford F-350 Tremor. First and foremost, though, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the team here at the Kengar Ford in American Fork. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Now, powering the F-350 Tremor is the high output power stroke. So it's a 6.7 liter turbo diesel V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are a whopping 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So taking a look at the hood, you guys can see how it's kind of like flat there in the center, then raised on either side, and then you can see Super Duty there in the center. Now I've got the Super Duty's new LED daytime running lights with the LED headlamps, and then notice the grille is darker in coloration, and then we've got a camera there below the Ford logo. Tow hooks here at the bottom with parking sensors. Notice the bumper is actually body painted, and then you've got some fog light action. And then with the Tremor, you actually have the shortened air dam, so they basically cut the air dam so then it improves ground clearance and approach angle with this truck. And wrapping things up with the front end, this is just such a cool looking truck. Come around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 285/75/18 in the front and over in the rear as well. And look at this new wheel design for the Tremor. That is really cool. It's got this like aggressive off-roader appearance, and then just look how chunky the tires are. Now we have our Lariat badge here, F-350, and then we've got our 6.7L Power Stroke badge. Notice how it's red because this has the high output. And then just like other new F-350s, you've got the side step here, and then you guys can see with the exhaust tips, they haven't really changed that all that much, but look at the leaf spring setup here in the back. And then here's your full side view with the truck. I love the Tremor decal there on the side. I think that is so sweet. So here's our key fob. We have our unlock function, or lock function, remote start, and then the drop down here for the tailgate, and then Ford logo there on the back. Now popping inside, you guys can see that we have the fifth wheel prep with this one. LED bed light action. We have a full outlet as well. And then this has a 6.5 foot box for those of you that are wondering, and it also has the tailgate step system, and there's a ruler here too. Now lifting up the tailgate, it's actually pretty light, and then you can see Super Duty here. We've got the new Super Duty taillights in the rear as well, and then here's a closer look at that Tremor decal. And then look at the bumper steps on either side, and then the bumper's body painted here at the bottom. Now as you can see, we've got special shocks here for the Tremor, and they're even Tremor branded. And overall, I think the new Tremor just looks so sweet, but let me know what you guys think. But before we move on to the next feature of this vehicle, we need to talk about today's sponsor, Morgan & Morgan. Now, nobody wants to get into a car accident, an accident at their workplace, or, slip and fall in front of a business, but sometimes it just happens to be a part of life. And I can speak about this from a place of personal experience, because when I was 17 years old, I got in a really bad car accident where my car got totaled out. And because I didn't know anything about insurance companies or getting help by a law firm, I basically got completely screwed in a situation where I got no money for my totaled car and I was left without a vehicle. And this is where Morgan & Morgan can help out. They are America's largest injury law firm with over 100 offices, over 800 lawyers, and over 4,000 case staff that are all ready to help you out. Now, I know at this point you might be thinking, Ben, that sounds really expensive, but here is the deal. All of the court hearings, the research, the negotiation, and more are free unless you win. And so if you're involved in some sort of personal accident, whether it be a slip and fall accident, an accident at your workplace, or maybe a car accident similar to what I was involved in, then you might want to get help from Morgan & Morgan. And don't feel bad that you're going down the route of suing. I know a lot of people might feel guilty about this, but what you have to understand is you're not suing the person or the business. You're suing their insurance company that has billions upon billions of dollars. And so it's more about making sure that you get the compensation that you deserve. So again, if you're injured in an accident, then you can check out Morgan & Morgan at www.forthepeople.com/Ben Hardy, or you can give them a call at pound 529, which is pound law. I think that's so cool that they got that number reserved. But again, www.forthepeople.com/Ben Hardy. Let's get back into the review. Now popping inside, I love the coloration here at the top, and you guys can see the leather trim down below, and then look at the wood trim right here, and then we've got power side steps. And then leather seats here, look how it's perforated all down the center, and then look at the piping here. on the side as well. You of course have the underseat storage like normal, and then flat loading floor. Now legroom here in the rear is really solid. We've got a little storage pocket here. We've got some cup holders. You guys can see heated seats with the USB ports, and you got more charging ports down below. And then we actually have a cup holder armrest, which is pretty cool, and headroom solid. Now here is the front door panel. You guys can see again with the trim, then the leather trim down below. All of our window controls, front two are automatic. We've got our mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in, and then we have the mirror extension function here. Do have blind spot monitoring with that, and then memory seats. And then also speaker in the headrest, and you guys can see this has the like full fold down function with the seat. That's what this right here is for. So this basically has the bed seats, I guess is what we'll call it. You can see the rest of the leather trim here. And then your power adjustments on the side. We got our pedal adjustment right here with the parking brake, light controls, your mirror lights right there, and then that's just to drop down the tailgate. And then the steering wheel is power adjustable. Now when it comes to capabilities, this has 3,995 pounds of payload capacity. Gross vehicle weight rating is 12,000 pounds. And with the high output, I believe this truck can tow something like 24,000 pounds. Like it's a monster. Now here is the steering wheel. We've got really nice leather trim all around. We've got some controls for the center stack. We've got our adaptive cruise control with our lane centering assist. And you guys can see turn signal, windshield wiper stock, and we've got a column shifter here on the back, plus and minus to shift through the gears yourself if you want. And this does have the manual mode there. That's what the M4 is for at the top rather. So we've got this full digital gauge cluster here in the center. And something that I do want to note that I've noticed, because I've reviewed quite a few of these new F-350s, is there's kind of a bit of a lag to use the screen. So I'm pressing the menu button right now. It's not doing anything, so there you go. You can see sometimes it takes a second for some of the stuff to load up, but I've noticed after the truck's been on for a minute, then it like works like normal. But anyways, we got our different drive modes here, as you can see. So let's see, we've got a rock crawl mode with the Tremor, which is pretty cool. So off-road mode. Other than that, though, it looks like it's pretty much the same as the other Super Duty. So it's just that rock crawl mode that you get. Now we do have this full 360 camera system with the truck. You guys can see we've got viewpoints out of every single angle with the truck. I mean, this is one of the best camera systems here in the truck industry right now. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, we have a shortcut bar here at the bottom, and then we have this little auxiliary tab here. So you can scroll through some different things. Overall response time with the screen is fantastic. It's easy to use. And then up above it, we actually have our control for the diesel exhaust brake, the camera system, parking sensors, hazard lights, stability control, and then our off-road cruise control. We've got our Pro Trailer Assist, trailer brake controls, and then our drive line select, / drive mode select, / trail turn assist, / rear locking differential. All the off-road stuff is basically here, but it's cool that the Super Duty now has trail turn assist. That is huge for, well, a huge truck. And then you guys can see here, we've got our volume controls, we've got our climate controls, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel as well. Got this nice wood trim right here that covers up a little wireless phone charging pad, some USB action as well. More storage right here, we've got some cup holders, and then you can see the storage space on the side. And then look at the center console here with the leather trim. Yeah, tons of storage. I mean, it is absolutely massive. And you got the normal double glove box, went over that a million times. But dude, look at this. Look at this. It says Super Duty on it. That's pretty cool. And then look at the trim here at the top. Sorry, I get excited sometimes with these trucks. It's cool. And we do have the power sliding rear window. And then 6 auxiliary switches so that you can add 6 light bars to blind everyone. Now here's the original window sticker for this Tremor. You guys can see Lariat and then high output, obviously. So first off, high output, $12,495 on it. But you can see all the other options added to this one. Max recline driver passenger seat. So it's the first time I've ever seen that in a truck, I think. But anyways, you can see the base price. I love how you have, they're like, here's $1,000 off this $90-something thousand truck. But anyways, here's the total MSRP, $95,210. Let's see how it drives. Well, we are setting off in the F-350 Tremor, and this is an exciting day because this is such a crazy truck. Again, think about this for a second, folks. 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque with an off-road machine. I mean, it's just crazy. And just like other F-350s, it has solid front and rear axles, so like articulation with this truck is gonna be great. Now, I didn't mention the ground clearance in the walk-around because I just don't know how accurate Google was on the ground clearance, because the stated ground clearance was like 10 point something inches, and I don't know, like the truck looks taller than that, so that's why I didn't say it. But hey, if that's correct, that's correct. But anyways, here's why you get the high output. Oh my gosh. So I do need to put together a comparison with, you know, high output versus standard. But man, this thing's crazy. It has so much power. It has way more power than any heavy duty truck ever needs. I mean, this is like semi-truck territory at this point. It is just crazy. But it's also, that's partial throttle. It's also so much fun. I love this powertrain. It's such a good powertrain. Now with the Tremor, I mean, it feels like it rides pretty much like every other Super Duty. Again, it has the Tremor specific shocks. It seems like over the larger compression areas, they help out a bit. But again, when you've got solid axles front and rear, and on top of having solid axles front and rear, you've got leaf springs in the back, you know, you're gonna have a rough ride no matter how good your shocks are, right? And when I say rough ride, it's really good for a heavy duty truck. So some of the things out with this Tremor package, yeah, it's expensive. It's $100,000, but yeah, I mean, the engine's a monster. It looks really cool. This can tow. I mean, it's a towing machine as well, and you could take it off road. Like, there's so much utility with it, and you could use it as a family vehicle too, because it's got this big crew cab. So yeah, again, it's a lot of money, but this could wear so many different hats. Let me know what you guys think about the Tremor, but I think this is probably peak new Super Duty. I think this is the Super Duty that everyone lusts after.